Hello, and welcome to the third edition of Divas Deep Dive. I am here with my co host, the Oracle of Wrestling. Oracle, how are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. I am exceptional. It's horribly hot outside here in Tennessee. Not quite as bad as it was last week, but it's horrible. Um, it's been a long time since we've done one of these. I'm glad to do it. I think we had some good matches to talk about, and we will do as we usually do and figure out the next set of matches we're going to watch on air because that's how Jaychele and I operate. No preparation. At least. I mean, I'm guessing you probably took notes on the matches,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I have notes on my phone.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I and I was thinking about the matches. I watched them last night.
hmm
I've already forgotten spots. That's just me.
I watched them about 2 hours ago because I have a horrible memory, and I know if I don't watch it like immediately before, I'm going to forget everything. So I have to
Right.
watch it like right before. I do have to ask though, what are you eating right now?
So I I I made a lasagna
Oh,
in classic Oracle fashion, um, and I am munching on Texas toast, which I will be doing occasionally as the show goes on. Um, I'm here for a doubleheader, and I've agreed to watch Ring of Honor New Japan matches, which I somewhat regret, but that's fine. Um, it will be an enjoyable thing, and here I am as I retweet us and looking at myself in a video. It's very strange.
oh, I hate
Anyways,
it.
oh god, I know. I'm like, do you know the actor Adam Driver?
No, he
No.
sounds old.
No. He plays the villain in the latest trilogy of Star Wars.
Oh, I would not know anything Star
Okay,
Wars.
got you. Well, yeah, he hates like watching his movies and like hearing his own voice and
Oh
shit. So
yeah, that's how I am. I cannot watch any of my stuff back. No,
I can't
ma'am.
do it. I can't do it. All right, so the matches we are covering this week are Natalia versus Lay Cool in a handicap match at Survivor Series 2010 for the Divas Championship. Uh, Lay Cool versus Beth Phoenix and Natalia. They are not the Divas of Doom. Just Beth Phoenix and Natalia. As you reminded me last time, they're not the Divas of Doom until what, like the next year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, when they feud with AJ and Caitlyn, and they wrestle them in a tables match um, at TLC, and then we have a Superstars match from December 23rd, 2010, which is Beth Phoenix and Kelly Kelly versus Lay Cool.
Yes.
We really could have just called this the Lay Cool uh, era because we've basically watched Lay Cool matches the entire time.
Well, since the beginning, we've basically been watching like cool matches.
Yeah, yeah, we have. I mean, when they're in every title match, it's kind of hard to
It's
avoid them.
unavoidable. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's tough because we probably should try to squeeze in more NXT matches,
they're
but
so
the
hard
issue
to
is,
find.
well, they all suck. That's
Well, there it
kind of like
is.
kind of like the Survivor Series match, which was god awful. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. That match was terrible.
Yeah, it was not
Um,
good.
but yeah, like the uh, the Survivor Series match. Now that I went ahead and brought it up in a weird segue, it is Lay Cool. They're still sharing the belt, right?
Yes. Well, they have the Divas title, so it's two separate ones, but they're still co-champions. Yes.
We have breaking news, folks. Quickly, it seems like Ishii is at a Forbidden Door, so another injury for that show. Just a wonderful time in wrestling with injuries and changes in lineups and stuff like that. So Keep that in mind.
What are they gonna do? They have to have
I
other
don't know.
people in town anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, they have a lot of people, but it's a shame. Um, Survivor Series handicap match. Lay Cool defending against Natalia. Happens right smack dab in the middle of the show.
Of course.
Yep. Uh, so the fans can go get their popcorn, I guess. Um, this match was. Look, I don't like handicap matches,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna let you break it down first, Jaychele. But this match was the worst one we've seen, in my opinion.
I would agree. I didn't enjoy this match very much. I don't really enjoy natty matches very much even now. Um, but that's how it is, I guess. Um, there was a lot of distracting things during this match for me too. Like there was a Paper Jam sponsorship. I was like, wow, that's very weird. And then people were whistling throughout the whole match, and like they do that in some of the other matches too. But it was just like people just kept whistling at the woman, and it was just so aggravating. And the commentary was like distracting too because Lawler was a face commentator, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And Michael Cole was a heel, and it was just the weirdest dynamic. But aside from that, a lot of the bumps just looked pretty rough, and it was just like 75% beatdowns and no real moves, and then just a bunch of turnbuckle beatdowns. Um, so there wasn't really much meat to it anyway. Like there wasn't even really much to grab onto. Um, but at the end, Beth Phoenix returns, and well, that's after Michelle gets tapped out and they lose the title, and Nattie's the new champion. Um, but it was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, yeah. It sucked. It was bad. Like I bring it up every time we do this show now because I if folks weren't watching week to week at the time, you have to understand Michael Cole is a heel play-by-play commentator for 2.5 years. So this was like par for the course, and this was like tame compared to like his worst moments.
Hmm.
Um, like it became horribly aggravating after about 6 months, which was way too long, anyways. But your play-by-play guy should never be a heel, ever, 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 ever. This match was so bad. Like, and it wasn't even entirely their fault, but like handicap matches, I've never liked.
Yeah.
Nattie has never been a favorite of mine. Um, they just it wasn't structured well. They were just like kind of rolling around on the mat and like kicking and stomping and like not doing anything to show that they are actually capable of doing more than that.
Yeah.
I guess in this situation they were told not to do anything. It might have been one of those scenarios where uh, WWE brass got in Finley's ear and was like, "No more
Yeah.
wrestling like that." It could have been a scenario like that. I think it's probably more of you got 2.5, 3 minutes. Go out there and just get it over with. The finish was totally abrupt, came out of nowhere. Like I don't know, it was really disappointing and not. I honestly didn't expect this match to be good at all, but this was a little bit worse than I thought it would be. Of course, Beth Phoenix comes back at the end. In the post match after Nattie submits Michelle,
Hmm.
and again, it wasn't even Lake Cool were or tag champs. It seemed that way. They were champs forever, and then like this big title switch has like no heat or anything. It's just. But Beth Phoenix comes back out in the post match, and we get that union going on. So yeah, this was not good. Um, this these next two matches, I think we can talk with a little bit more passion and I
Hmm.
think I think a little bit more enjoyment. Um, the tables match is an interesting one. We'll go ahead and jump into that now, and then we'll kind of talk about um, the division as a whole again. But tables match is there's no title on the line, so it's Beth and Nattie versus Lay Cool.
Yeah, it's just a grudge match.
It's at TLC, so it's a tables match. They have like these. I will say this, and I've mentioned this already on the first couple of shows, but Lay Cool were popular enough, or at least over enough, and liked enough that they got to build their feuds and storylines. As controversial and as like stereotypical and mean girly as they were, at least they got to have like long feuds, right? Like they got one with um they got one with Mickey James early in the year, and of
Oh
course
yeah,
that was the Piggy James stuff, which
yeah.
was not great, to say the least.
They had like a
They have
continuous feud with Kelly Kelly.
Yeah, and that's later on because they do the we kind of start to get into that.
Yeah,
That's probably what we're going to kind of get into. Of course, they called her Smelly Kelly. Clever, um, but
I don't think Kelly Kelly looks like she smells bad either, so that's a weird one.
yeah. Um, so I mean, they were given because like trust me, I was a huge SmackDown fan because it was more of the wrestling show,
Yeah,
and Cool got to do a lot of stuff they wanted to do, and it was largely because they were on SmackDown. And they were on both shows, but they got to do like a lot more stuff on SmackDown because
mhm,
like tape, like you could, I don't know, you could. It wasn't quite as hands on.
yeah.
Um, so these feuds got a lot of build. Um, these tables that they had, like the pink tables with like the
The painted table with it
yeah
had like Lay Cool on
with like
it.
the fake Cinderella, whatever the hell it was. I don't even know
It was Lay
the
Cool.
was it.
That's what they said
Is
on
it
commentary. It was the Lay Cool
really? Is that who it
table
was?
from like the Raw or SmackDown before they used
Okay.
it to like tease them or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I think I remember the angle where they put somebody through it or something. Ice
Mhm.
cream trucks outside. So if you hear ice cream truck music, that's what's going on up there. But it's awfully loud because it drives right by the apartment. But um,
Ice
so
cream truck. I can't.
this match, it's an interesting one. Um, it wasn't as good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
However, there were some spots in this that were completely insane. Just from perspective of like, I'm glad they are living. Um,
Beth's bumps.
yeah, Beth
Oh,
Phoenix, they like she clearly could have broken her neck on a spot, taking a bump out to the floor. Then she takes a
multiple
post bump
times.
later where she like does like a spinning, like almost like like a fireman comes down the pole or whatever.
Yeah.
She takes like a bump around there and like almost falls on her neck again. Um, they they did these spots where they would like tease table spots, but like they were mistimed. Like
Yeah.
whoever was like, because I think there was one point where like Michelle had was it Nattie up for the
The faith breaker or whatever.
yeah
Yeah.
for the faith breaker from like the second rope or top rope whatever, and
Yeah.
like she just had her up there for like 10 seconds awkwardly and like
Yeah.
hoping that she didn't drop her. Um, yeah, there was one spot that I did like where they did like they tried to do like the press slam to Layla and Michelle came underneath
Yeah.
with the table. That was neat. They timed that pretty well. The finish is great. I've always liked the finish.
They had to
Uh,
call that on like I know that was not what was supposed to happen. They
yes,
were
I
supposed to
know that
push
wasn't,
them.
but like the crowd got it actually ended up like adding heat to the finish.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought it was interesting how they had a ref on the outside and nobody inside. So I feel like that kind of contributed to like some spots being mistimed and like there being
Yeah,
some miscommunication.
yeah, yeah. I I I I think that's a good point. Um, this one was so weird because this got a decent amount of credit at the time. Like not necessarily anything that was like a classic or anything, but it
It was a
stood out at the
trailblazing
time.
match still.
Right, right, exactly. Because it stood out at the time for being for actually being like an actual match
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
pay per view.
Like a gimmick
Um,
match too that
yes,
wasn't
yes,
degrading.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, this match was fun, I would say, but not necessarily good.
Yeah.
Uh, anything to add to that, Jay Shell, in
Yeah.
terms of tables match?
I just want to say that this is like a core wrestling memory for me. Like I remember when I first like started watching wrestling, I would always like Google the diva stuff, and then I would just see I saw this match. I think I've watched this match like 4 times, and I don't remember it being like I also was probably like 12, so I wasn't like being super like analytical about it, like, oh, this is where they went wrong. I was like, oh, cool, they're doing a tables match. And this was before like they even did tables matches regularly or like even like ladders matches with women too. Like it was before Money in the Bank would happen. So I was like, oh, they're doing like these matches. This is really cool. Um and then also, one of my complaints that I had was that they put the both of them in a sharpshooter. Like Nattie put the both of them in a sharpshooter for a long time, and Nattie and Beth celebrated for like a single second, and then Lay Cool both were just like already fine, and they were kicking them, and like they barely even like sold that they were in a sharpshooter for like 2 minutes because Beth couldn't get the table up, so they were just like fine. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like I don't really I didn't like the finish too much because it made it look like Cool was in control at the end and it was like a surprise one, which I don't think it really was because the way that they like knocked Beth down or whatever, I would have liked for it to be a little bit of more dominant way to win. But I do like that Natty had to hit a frog splash and was not expecting to. I don't think we've seen Natty hit a frog splash since then either.
No, like the highlight was like Natty like didn't know what to do, and like the fans were all like, "Just jump through for the table, you idiot! Just get up there!" Like everybody was going nuts. It was so funny, and the camera was like really good because like they just sat on her, and like Lako was just
She
like
was
laid
like
out like, "Okay, what the fuck are you doing?"
there was no other option. She just like had I mean, she could have hit like a leg drop or something, but like not even that really. Like
you know.
I don't know. I feel like I thought that Beth was gonna hit a power move. Like when I was watching again, like I remember the spot, like how it finished and everything, like
Hmm.
Natty doing the frog splash. But I would have rather to have like Beth hit like a glam slam, even on one of them through the table or something like that. I know that would have been too much for WWE, but like I
Right,
would have preferred to see that.
right. So, oh crap! I probably should pull up cage match for this conversation here.
Oh god.
Um, because I want to hold off on the superstars match because I think this was kind of the end of this feud, right?
Yeah,
So
it seems like it, yeah.
um, we go to let's see. Um, and once again, Jaychele and I, especially me, very much prepared, not at all having to fill in with my horse shit rambling while I'm trying to figure out how to um,
We
I don't
should
know.
make this an audio, like a video clip. Joe posted it somewhere he said cage match in capital letters. We should have somebody record that and just make it like a clip and just play it whenever somebody says cage match.
All right, let's see.
Also,
Okay,
I
we're
would like
getting
to
there.
state that I was looking at superstars matches
Mm-hmm.
for to pick for the next show, and I just saw 4 Trent Beretta matches on Superstars between January 2011 to February
Oh,
2011.
listen. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you were on the show but like, okay, so when Superstars first aired the spring of '09, came on WGN America, based out of Chicago. Um, like WGN's like from Chicago. I think it's pretty sure it's where Oprah started and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and so it's a pretty big. It's like Chicago's biggest like local It's like a national thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So it used to have like this little tune, do 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 do. They used to, and like that, like every time, like I don't know, like when I think of superstars from this era, I think of the WGN
Oh my.
logo and like tune,
Yeah.
because like I was such like a, I'm gonna shove my glasses up my nose and rate these matches, nerd, for superstars. So like
Oh
superstars was my favorite WWE TV show,
my god.
because like it had like just work rate
Yeah.
and like, so oh yeah, I was all about those Trent Beretta matches, like Trent Beretta, Drew McIntyre, Chris Masters, Ziggler, Finley. Gail Kim was having some good matches with
Yeah,
Superstars.
I want to watch a Gail Kim
Yeah,
match.
we need to find some Gail
I'm
matches.
going on cage match.
But
Cage match clip.
yeah.
Bad.
The late night grin.
Oh, I have one. Oh my god, we're gonna have to watch that famed battle royal where Gail Kim just eliminated herself.
Yes, we have to watch that.
We
That's
could
such a
watch it for
classic.
this one, yeah.
That's oh is that when
Mhm.
is that?
Let me see. It's oh no, I don't know how to read dates. Never mind.
I was
That's
I was like I was
August.
like that's early into. I was like I thought that was more like mid 2011.
Yeah, that's August.
Okay, yeah.
There is
Let's
these
see.
matches don't have much time.
I gotta go. I need to go to Superstars because I've been goofing off. Here, hold on, let me.
The longest Gail Kim match up until March is a 5 minute match with Alicia Fox on Superstars.
That might be good. Let's see. Hold
I
on.
do like Alicia Fox.
Let's see. I'm gonna go through 20. You've probably already gone through it.
Oh yeah.
Um. Oh man, that DiBiase Tyson Kidd versus Daniel Bryan Mark Henry match rules. Let's see. Um.
I
Yeah,
wonder if
Gail,
Daniel
Gail,
Bryan like
Gail and Alicia in January, right? So there's
yes.
that. But I don't know.
How long was Gail Kim in WWE for?
She was okay. So she debuted in 03 and then left in 05, and then she came back in 09 and left in 2011.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Let's see.
Yeah, that looks right. I'm on cage match.
Um. Oh God, R-Truth and Tyson Kidd went like 12 minutes.
Yeah, she came back in March of 2009 and then left in she came back at a house show.
Did she?
Yeah.
She must have shown back up on TV in some way. I can't remember. Nattie and Alicia go 6.5 minutes. Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't think we should watch that one. I think we should watch Gail Kim.
What are the pay-per-view matches?
There's only one from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. There's the WrestleMania one with Snooki and all them.
I was
But
there live for that.
oh my, there's a Royal Rumble match which I think we should watch. It's a fatal four-way for the Divas title. It's only 5 minutes, but Eve Torres wins the Divas championship.
Is that in that's in January?
Yeah, that's with Lay Cool and Nattie. Nattie loses the belt there.
Eve wins the title?
Mhm.
That early?
Mhm. That's what I said.
What? That's shocking.
Yeah. That's
Um,
shocking.
I I cannot believe she won the title that early.
Oh, we didn't even get
I
to talk about the superstars match. So
we're going to. I just wanted to.
okay,
I was kind of wanting to. Ooh, what about this? What about this 8-woman tag in March? Anyways,
yeah,
um,
let's do it. We're gonna have to get to WrestleMania eventually too.
yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. So, because I want to talk about kind of how Lay Cool were really, we've talked about it before, but they're really the focus of the division here, right? So they had the Mickey James feud, they have the Natalia and Beth feud, and now they're kind of going into a Kelly feud, if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
which will lead, and they kind of pair up with Vicky Guerrero, and
That
Snooki
Vicky.
gets involved, and Trish gets involved, and all that stuff. Um, Lay Cool are about to wrap things up after Mania. They break up and have they have a match together, and Michelle retires, and then Layla tears her ACL, and then it's just kind of like,
Wow.
they kind of have to start the division from scratch because it looked like Layla was going to be
Out for a
the
while.
top babyface, and of course she does when she comes back. Um, but just to kind of wrap things up on 2010 a little bit before we talk about the Superstars match, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far in the first 4 months of this?
Um, I feel like I have a bigger appreciation for Michelle McCool because even though a lot of these women that we're talking about um, have already gotten like some of their credit, like Beth Phoenix is known for being great regardless of the division that she was in, and Layla too. I feel like Layla deserves more credit, but Michelle was incredibly agile and she had so much like ring awareness. Like even in that tables match, she was like so aware of everything that was happening and she just knew exactly where she was. Even though Layla put, I think in the handicap match, Layla put Nattie in a submission move and then grabbed onto the rope and broke it and was mad that she broke the submission. I was extremely upset because I was like, that's so stupid. But regardless of that, I thought that Michelle was a big piece of the division, like you said. Lay Cool was like
Yeah,
the staple of the division at this point. But even from an in ring standpoint, like she was able to deliver matches to the best of her ability with the restrictions that they placed on her, and you
right.
could still see that her talent was shining through no matter what. So I feel a bigger appreciation for Michelle, and I'm I just want to move on to the part where we get AJ Lee, and that's coming up very soon. So I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We're probably is there's some divas of Doom versus AJ and Caitlyn tags, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna have to watch those in the late 2011 era, I think. Um, yeah, Michelle was a really strong baby face in 08, 09. I think she may have turned heel in 08 actually, but she she was just a really good anchor of the division in a lot of
Hmm.
ways.
Yeah.
Um, Not the greatest promo. I mean, tease her a little bit, but her country accent didn't always help with her promo ability. Um, and that it's not always I mean AJ can be a good promo even with his accent, not always, but most of the time he's just kind of
Country
whatever.
boy,
But
I love
yeah,
you.
uh, but so like in terms of and Lake Cool, like we've talked about already today, but their storylines were problematic and
Yeah, trash.
sometimes yeah they were trash, let's face it, but they got the storylines and they got them over, and the ring work is what really kind of, to me, makes them stand out in the end, because they worked so hard in the ring, both of them did. um let's talk about the Superstars match, and then we'll kind of
Yeah.
figure out what where we want to go from here for episode 4. But this Superstars tag, I'm gonna let you talk about it first. I enjoyed it, um, but I'm gonna let you give your thoughts on it first, Jay Show.
Yeah, so one thing that I really enjoyed was that there was the continuation of the selling, like ending off with the TLC match, which was what probably like a week or so before, or like even that Sunday before maybe. They were still selling their back like crazy, especially like Michelle when she first got into the match. She took one back bump, like I think it was a back body drop or something from Beth, and she was selling it like crazy, and so was Layla. Um, and I thought that that was really smart and a really strong way to still communicate their injuries and all of that stuff. And it seems like I kind of noticed during this match how much they let Beth do more than the other woman, like especially with power moves because likely her frame and she was like I guess more fit to do it in their eyes. Like she looked like she would be able to do that stuff more than just like I'm gonna beat this person down in a corner because I'm a girl. Um, but I thought that the push up taunt was cool that Michelle did. She was always really good at like the taunting and the heel work in the ring. I felt like she was really good with that. Oh, this was the match where Layla broke the submission with the rope, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It was with Kelly here, but here they did some turnbuckle work too, but once Beth got in, it began to pick up more. And I think that Kelly is a real good babyface who can just take a beat down. I didn't notice it until now, but like she was really good for that chunk where she was just getting beat down really cool.
Do you know who she's like? There's somebody that she's like in terms of how she works in the ring, and she's like Core Jade, or like Core Jade's like her. Like Core Jade's a good babyface and get beat down. Kelly was that was Kelly's strength, is that she was just good at selling, getting beat up.
Yeah,
Kelly could never like Kelly never really put offense together, but that was frowned upon then. So
yeah.
like it wasn't entirely her fault.
She did
Core
some cool
Jade
flip stuff.
still has some work to do offensively, but she's 21 years old and has plenty of time and is in a better situation in terms of stringing things together like that and structure and whatnot. But I don't know. That just came to me when you told me that. I thought, Core Jade's actually someone who is very good at selling and has already kind of got those things down. It helps that she's teaming up with Roxy right now, or Roxanne Perez, whatever her name is now, because Roxy's so good technically in the ring. It's somebody that she can train with and get better there.
It makes sense because they both always talk about like looking up to AJ, and even AJ, they both have like smaller frames compared
Mm-hmm.
to somebody like a Kelly or Michelle McCool who's not as tall or as long or whatever. And the AJ was still really good at selling too, so it makes sense
Yeah.
that they
Oh
would
yeah.
get that up.
Right. Um, this match I enjoyed quite a bit. This was a perfect example of it didn't happen as often as I remember or as often as I would have liked, but when they would go out on Superstars, and like Vince McMahon ain't watching Superstars,
Yeah,
and or if he is, he's not paying attention. Um,
he's
and
getting ready for
these were
Raw.
matches where Finley was like, "Go out and do whatever,
Yeah,
whatever," because like they even do like stuff like something like the flying sunset flip out of the hold early on
mhm,
in the face shine. That Kelly goes to Layla. That was a really well executed, cool looking spot, right?
yeah,
Like during this period, if they do that on Monday Night Raw, they might get chewed out by Vince and Gorilla.
yeah.
But at Superstars, sure, why the hell not? Um, Kelly gets the whole face and peril segment. She gets beat down, even though it's typical, like understandably annoying, like sea level um, offense with like standing on the hair and stuff. Layla does it really well, and I always like it when they pull the like it
Yeah,
looks hurty to me. Um, like you said, Beth came in and did some really good power spots. Good finish with the glam slam. This was just a really strong TV match, and I was really happy that we picked because like I just thought, man, they got a lot of time. Let's watch it. And like you said, them selling the table, that's great heel work. That's great
yeah,
continuation and great heel work. That's just great. That popped me huge early on. But yeah, this was just a really solid match. Like nothing that was stellar or anything, but it didn't feel out of place from any of the other matches you might watch.
hmm,
Um, it felt like an actual wrestling match. They got time. They looked good. They looked competent. It was just it's something that we see every week now in WWE. You know, but it's frustrating at the same time watching this because it's like we could have gotten this on SmackDown. We could have gotten this on Raw.
yeah,
But God forbid, DX don't get there, or whoever it was at the time. Nah, they
yeah.
were already done. God, God forbid Michael Cole doesn't get his 10 minutes of promo time as a heel
Is this the same
commentator.
time as the manager, like the secret assistant or the secret GM?
I think it was. It was right around the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was the same time, exact same time. Yep.
Yeah. I wanted to say that Kelly also reminds me of like Liv Morgan. Now that you say it,
Hmm.
I can see Liv in her now too.
Right. There you go. That's a good one too. Especially with the charisma, right? Like
Oh yeah.
Kelly isn't nearly. She isn't. Liz is very charismatic, but Kelly definitely had some charisma there. Something that she probably could have tapped into a little bit more. But yeah, there's definitely a comparison there.
I would just like to say that I would love for Kelly to make a return. I loved her at the Royal Rumble. and I wish that she would return.
Yeah, she's been good in all the rumbles that she's come back in. I've thought she's looked pretty good in all of them. So is Michelle McCool too.
Michelle could come back if she really wanted to.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think there's so much money in a match with her and Charlotte. And I know that like people probably wouldn't want to see it because like, Charlotte, yeah, yeah, whatever.
yeah,
They're very comparable styles.
yeah, yeah. I'm with you. Um, Rhonda and
Look at
Nattie.
look
That's
at
gonna
what Joe said.
what the Live Alexa podcast featuring Jaychele and Oracle. Okay, so we can talk a little bit about modern stuff
Did you
to
see
fill in
their
some time a
match?
little
Did you see
bit.
the five way?
I did see the 5-way. You talking about the one on Raw?
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It was actually pretty good. Carmelo winning is hilarious because it's like the match isn't going to have any heat, which I hate for Bianca. The match will be 10 minutes, and they actually had some good chemistry last year.
Yeah.
But I
It's
mean,
ironic because they had Money in the Bank last year. It was Carmella too. Well,
yep,
it
yep,
wasn't
because
exactly
Bailey
Carmella. It
Bailey got
was
hurt.
Yeah, it was a SmackDown match before Money in the Bank, but it was the same time because Bianca
Is
wasn't on
Baylor
Money in the Bank.
coming back and are they throwing her in the Money in the Bank ladder match?
It's perfect timing. I would cry.
They're gonna throw. Joe and I talked about this on a recent show. We talked about how like they always throw, no matter who.
It's either
Like
that or
they
SummerSlam.
they bring somebody back and they always throw them in the friggin' ladder match.
It has to be either that or SummerSlam, and I feel like
Yeah.
if they make Bianca lose the title again, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. If they do, we got you and me, Oracle. We gotta hop on a podcast that same day, and we just gotta.
Bianca has got to keep the belt.
I think at least until Royal Rumble.
At
That
least
might be
until
far,
Rumble.
but
I'm with you. Yep. Yep. If they do a title switch at Rumble, it'll be fine. It depends on who it is, but it'll be fine.
yeah,
Um,
I
she
think
doesn't need to be losing
Rhea
the
would
belt
make
at SummerSlam
sense.
again. I mean, she'll have the belt till SummerSlam. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
But
it's
she,
getting past SummerSlam.
right, exactly. I don't know if she can. I'm gonna be really mad if I'm there live and she
Oh, I
fucking
forgot
loses.
you're going.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. I get to see Roman and Brock again. Woo,
Oracle, do you
yay.
want to see my new Bianca figure? Did I show you
Yeah.
already?
Well, you've shown the picture of it when you found it in the store, but I haven't seen it. And that's good. The
It's the
title,
Ro- it's
the
the Royal
title is
Rumble.
huge.
It doesn't make sense because it's the Royal Rumble
Yeah,
gear with the title, but it's fine. Yeah, very nice.
yeah. So there's got to be an end game for this Becky stuff, right?
I mean, I would think so, but I just don't know what
What it
it
is?
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they do Bailey and her. I mean, I think the money
Do
feud
we do
is.
do we think they're going to do Bianca and Becky in a stip match at SummerSlam?
I think it's Rhea if she's back in time, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if she is because she said it was like a brain injury or something. It was like a teeth and a brain injury. Yeah.
Like a concussion?
I don't know if it was a concussion. She wasn't very like detailed, but she commented back to somebody on Instagram. It was and they were like, "Oh, you're not injured. I don't see anything." And oh, I guess it is a concussion.
Yeah, okay. It must have been a bad one. The one that like they looked at and they're like, you got to wait this one out. One
Maybe
of
it
those,
is.
you
Let
know.
me look it up. Let me see if it is a concussion. Oh, it immediately pops up with brain.
Joe's stupid ass comments are popping me huge.
Oh God.
Um, but so
It just is a brain injury, so I would guess it's a concussion, but she
yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
that's what
she's
I was thinking.
speaking.
Because Brent, that sounds like we won't see her for a very long time if you put it that way.
Oh no.
Um, obviously, I of course hope she's well.
Her and Buddy Matthews.
Hmm?
I said her and Buddy Matthews.
What about Buddy Matthews?
Isn't he like injured or something? Like
Is
he's
he?
banged up. Joe, I
What?
need you to back me up. Isn't he injured? Can somebody tell me? Instagram has informed me that Rhea Ripley is on a sushi date with Kickflip Matt. I thought I saw like in a list of people that were injured. I thought he was injured. I might be wrong. Let me see. He has a
so
shoulder injury. Yep.
How about this? How about this? Ronda and Bailey at SummerSlam. No,
Ronda and nobody.
I thought Ronda and Charlotte was pretty good. I don't know how you thought about that match.
I did not watch that match.
Really?
I didn't watch any of Backlash. There was no Bianca on it, so I was not watching it.
Oh, that's right. Man, what a protest. That rules.
I don't
Um,
play about my Bianca.
it's true. You're you're a real fan.
If I was a real fan, I'd stop watching because Sasha isn't on, but I can't do Sid
Yeah,
Bianca.
that's true. Do you think Mercedes Banks will show up in uh, All Elite Wrestling in 3 months or 2 months, whatever?
All I know is if she does, it better be in Boston so my ass can be there. I swear to God, if it is not in Boston, I don't want it.
When is it in Boston?
Well, they're not in Boston. They're in Worcester on July 27th. So it's
I
way
thought it
too
was
early.
Worcester.
I think it is. My mom said the same thing and I said it wrong. I don't really care. To me it's going to be
Oh,
Worcester.
I've said it before. Don't I'm not teasing. I wasn't sure if that was like a thing that like.
Oh no, I think you're definitely right. I
Yeah.
am just
Okay.
stubborn and I will continue to say Worcester cuz that's
That's
how
fine.
I sounded out by like
Yeah. Um. So it depends on when the because like is she on a 90 day? If she's
I would
released, is
guess.
she on a 90 day?
I honestly think that they're going to tell her that like if she wants to release, she has to take 6 months.
Can they
So
do that?
I she's getting out of her contract early, so I don't know what's on the table.
Yeah.
Unless like she's paying to that's what I hope she's doing is I hope that she's like buying herself out of her contract, but I don't even know if that's really like an option.
Hmm. Interesting.
I hope so though. Cuz they came back so they were just in Boston in April. So if they're going to do like a almost like a 3-month in between thing, it would make sense if she's going to do like the 6-month thing. I mean, whatever it is, I think they do Sasha in Boston like they did Punk in Chicago. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes sense. Regardless, I hope that she gets like the superstar treatment. She needs to.
Right.
If she doesn't, there's no reason for her to go there.
She can be the new baddie.
She has to be the baddie and then turn on Jade and take her
That's
title.
true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if she comes in, she's got to be the number one
She has to.
star in the whole division, and not only that, she's got to be a top 3 star in the whole company, right? Like
It needs to go like Punk,
she's got to be pushed
Kenny,
like she's got to be pushed
Sasha.
Britt Baker times 10.
Dude, I need to see her all over AEW stuff. Like, that is a major acquisition. Also, please, Lord, Sasha to AEW so I can get my fucking Sasha Banks interview. Oh my god. I would cry myself to sleep for days.
Mercedes Banks, that's her name.
Well,
we've
yes.
we've we've all concluded that that's her name now.
She could probably come up with another name that says cool
What's
as
that?
Sasha. She could probably come up with another name that says cool as Sasha Banks.
Yeah, Mercedes Banks is actually not that bad. I
Yeah.
mean, we're just joking around, but
She
um,
should she can't really go by I guess it's AEW. She can go by Mercedes cuz Martinez, but Adam Page, Adam Cole is fine.
yeah, it won't be a problem.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope she just goes to like a one word name, like Athena or something like that.
Mercedes. Well, no, well, you
Yeah.
definitely couldn't do that. She could do I don't know. I don't know.
She should just rename herself Cash Shit.
Did you say cat shit?
Cash Shit. Like,
Okay, okay. I got you. I got you. I got you.
well, even then she's still
Okay.
with Cash Wheeler. I want her to have something that's like completely unique. Oh my god. Joe, I can't.
Mercedes.
She should
All
have
caps.
Snoop Dogg make her music
Mm.
again, but like a
Dun,
full track.
dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
gonna miss that
Oh, so
so
fresh,
much.
y'all. So fresh, y'all.
I'm
Or
gonna
whatever it's.
miss it so much. Oh.
I
Did Jim Johnson make the rest of that?
don't even think he was with the company anymore by that point, or was he? I can't remember.
I
Is
don't
he still
remember.
with the company? I don't think he's with the company anymore.
I don't think he is, but
He's on Twitter now, isn't he?
that's supposed to be a fake account.
Oh, is it? That's a shame.
I don't know. Let me see who made Sasha Banks' music. We've gone on a huge tangent.
That piece of shit Joe Holbert sent a link. That's a shame. There's a fake account.
Let
Seriously
me
though,
see.
is there an end game for this Becky stuff? Because I keep trying to figure out if there's an end game. There was a period.
Oh, it's
You know,
CFO.
okay, CFO. Yeah, there was a period where they did the. Remember when they went to Canada and they did the thing with Trish? And
Yes,
I thought there was a chance she and Trish would face each other at SummerSlam. Is there still a chance for that, or is that just like to hype up the Canada deal?
I think it was the Canada stuff. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
think
was
you're right.
the WrestleMania match she wanted, maybe. I
Mm,
think that was the match that she probably wanted for this year, and she couldn't do it, so she did the stuff with Naomi.
got you. Got you. Um, Sasha and Trish.
I think it's a dream match, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Um, so real quick before we pick our matches for early 2011, let's think about what the SummerSlam matches are going to be
okay.
in the women's division, and let's think about if we can guess what the all-out matches are going to be as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So for SummerSlam, I think Bianca will come in as champion. I think Ronda will come in as champion.
Hmm.
Um, I think Bianca will either get Becky or Rhea. Those are the top two options. I think possible Bailey could be a third, but I think SmackDown really needs Bailey.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think it's going to be Ronda and Bailey for the title.
Mm.
Um,
My thought is Ronda Raquel, but I don't know if they think she's ready or not. But that
yeah,
division is pretty slim. I
yeah.
would say go triple threat on both sides for the women's division and do Ronda, Lacey, Raquel, even though I fucking hate Lacey, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have
Yeah,
that than just a
I kind
Lacey.
of think I don't know. We need to predict. See, we need to predict the Money in the Bank winner too. I know it's
Uh,
early prediction, but we'll go ahead and do
Liv
that too.
Morgan.
Yeah, I'm thinking Liv might win it too.
She should have won last year. They made
Yeah,
her cry and everything, and Nikki got it and just did nothing with it. So I fucking
yeah.
it's either Liv or Lexi, and I'm fine with either one to be honest. But my preference is Liv.
Stand up, shut up, fight me. Joe was stunned when Bobby and I revealed that it was "Fight Me" that the song says.
Oh my god!
No joke. Like I literally like looked that shit up on YouTube, and I was like, man, they got to release this. This is a jammer right here.
This is a jam. That's what you consider a jam, Oracle. Oh my god. I think if they have Liv win, I think you do Bianca, Lexi,
Okay.
and if they have Lexi win, I think you do a triple threat with Becky, Liv, Bianca. Even though you just had a triple threat match for the Raw title, but I still think that the division is a little bit overloaded to be just
Right.
handing out those singles matches right now.
I would be interested in Bianca Becky 30-minute Iron Woman.
Oh, that's
That would
dope
be
too.
good. That would be
Yeah.
good.
Like if they do any type of SIP match for them, like it has incredibly high standards. So like
Yeah.
they gotta pull off like some
There was
Brooklyn
a brief
shit.
moment where I thought they might do Bianca and Becky in a TLC match at Money in the Bank, like
Hmm.
early on, like after since yeah, I was thinking that that might be the case since Becky didn't take the pin in the triple threat, which fucking ruled by the way.
Yeah,
Um, God, that match was good. Like
that was so good.
I honestly would be okay to see. Obviously, Bianca would have to win, but I'd be cool with like a close win with like 3-2 win for Bianca and like a 30-minute Iron Woman. That would rule.
Or a 2 out of 3 falls,
Yeah, yeah, sure, absolutely.
and then you could
Um,
do 2 to 1.
Right, Three Stages of Hell. When's have the women ever
Oh,
done a Three Stages of Hell match? They
I
could do.
don't think
They could play the history deal with that. Um, you know they love that shit.
they do. Yes.
Um, let's see. I know you hate Ronda, but do you think? I mean, I know you mentioned Raquel and Lacey in Triple Threat, which sounds.
Bad.
Although Ronda and Raquel on SmackDown a month back was actually pretty good.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I haven't watched SmackDown in a long time. So I'm
SmackDown's
pulling
just not
shit
very
out my
good.
ass.
Um, Ronda and Bailey's the most like biggest
Bailey
match
would
I
have
think
to
we could
win.
make. Bailey would win. You think?
She would have to.
I don't know. I have a hard time seeing Ronda losing that. But I mean, I know. But they had a good match on Raw, but that was a long time ago. Again, I like the Charlotte match,
Mhm.
not the Mania match as much, but the I Quit match was good. Um, I think Liv will win the briefcase too. Okay, AEW. Um, we've got. Let's see. I think Rosa retains Sunday, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Um,
If Tony hadn't lost to Britt, then I would think that she would have won. But
yeah, yeah. Of course, she did kind of get her win back on Britt,
yeah,
sort of.
are they putting more people than ever in the Money in the Bank match? They don't normally do 8 people, do they? Or is this 8?
I thought they were just doing 7.
There's. It looks like it says at least on what's his Wikipedia. Wow, God, that there's supposed to be 2 women added to the women's match. And there's already 7 people in the women's match.
Hmm. Who are they?
Huh?
Who are the 7 women in the match?
Oh, Lacey, Alexa, Liv, Raquel, Asuka, Aaliyah, or Shotzi.
Oh, Aaliyah or Shotzi.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so there's one
but if
slot left after Aaliyah and Shotzi on
yeah, so
Friday.
that's still
Okay,
adding 2. Yeah.
yeah, I still think Becky gets that slot, or maybe Bailey does. I don't know.
E- Oh, is Zelina still injured? Because I could see them slipping Zelina in there.
I think she's still hurt. Who do we
Who's in
think
it?
Rosa wrestles at All Out?
Athena? If it's
Athena?
not,
You think
unless
so?
it's Jade's match. I don't know
Hmm.
how long they're stretching Jade's match with Athena till.
Yeah, see, I don't
Oh,
know
no, no, no,
either.
no. I think you go Rosa, Athena, Jade, Krista,
Okay, I like that.
and then
Rosa
Jade has
Athena,
to lose
Jake
the belt.
Christet. Yeah, I'm with you
And
there.
then
It's
you
All Out.
have
It's the biggest show of the year.
yeah, and then you have Rosa ready to lose that full gear to Jade.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. Real quick, let's pick our 3 matches. So we're gonna do the Rumble 4-way, right? 2011,
Hmm.
which is Lake Cool, Nattie
Let me write
defending
that
Lake
down.
Cool, and Eve Torres.
Yes,
Okay, and then should we watch the Mania match or just pick 2 TV matches?
I think we just do the Mania match.
Do the Mania match?
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be
Okay,
painful. What's the
I
super?
guess. I feel like we should do it because it's the Mania match. And then we'll pick a TV match in between. Do you want to pick a Superstars match or Raw, SmackDown, or
Uh,
NXT? Try that again.
are, we're doing the Gail Kim match too, though, right?
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We can do the Gale and Alicia Fox that goes 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so we'll
is
do the Rumble 4-way. What's the date on the Gale Alicia match? Is
the
that
13th, January 13th.
13th of January Superstars?
Yep.
Okay, so January 13th, 2011 Superstars, Gail Kim versus Alicia Fox. Royal Rumble 2011 4-way women's title match. Natalia defending against Michelle McCool, Layla, and Eve Torres. And the WrestleMania, what is it? It's okay. Let me see if I can get this right. It's John Morrison, Snooki, and Trish Stratus versus.
3 minutes long. We got to pick another match too.
Okay. Do you want to watch that one or do you just want to like pick another match entirely.
We should just like add it to, and we'll talk about it. We won't
Okay,
like.
that works. That works. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Because I remember being super short in the building.
Let me see
Let's
what is
see.
the pay per view after. That's even in April. That was in Georgia. Can they do another show in
Do you want to do the what? What is the April match?
Oh my God, why is he here? What are you doing, Mr. Holbert?
I've been here the whole time. You just didn't see me.
No, you weren't.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
suing.
I want to check. I want to test Oracle's lawyers.
Okay.
God.
I think he has the
Not
same
showing
ones
his
I do.
face, coward. And
You
here
not
we
see
are.
me?
We were hitting our time perfectly. And he comes in here.
This is the second time that Joe has joined a stream that I'm hosting, so I feel like he does not believe in my hosting abilities.
Yep.
Hey, can you not see me?
You're kind of frozen.
I don't see you. I only hear you.
That fucking rules. I can see me.
You're just talking from the abyss somewhere.
All
Is that
right.
how
Well,
that? You're just like talking.
should I fix that before we do this next show? That seems like
You
a
might
problem.
want to. That might be
All right.
something
Wait, can
you
you
should
tell
look
me
at.
what matches you guys are watching?
They're not old matches. They're like pretty cool matches with New
Wait, so
Japan guys.
I might want to watch. I have to write some stuff, but I'll multitask.
All right. Well, you may need to be on that show because apparently I can't be seen. So I'll leave you to this and maybe return.
Okay.
Okay, Joe. Let you figure out
All
whether or
right.
not you can be visible.
That would be good, right? Okay. I'll see everyone on. I just wanted to do a plug, really.
Okay. Yeah, plug.
LateNightGrin.com. I don't know if you've heard of it, but we're going to do a grin along over there. Oracle's really excited to watch these matches. A lot of
Oh yeah,
Tanahashi.
I
I've
uttered
never
my
seen a
how
Tanahashi
thrilled I
match
was earlier.
besides
Yeah.
Mux.
I think the matches will be.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
the
you'll
matches
pop
will
for the
be fine.
players.
Okay.
I was just trying to pop Joe when I
Yes.
said that earlier.
Also, before I go, Brian, thank you for subscribing with Prime, and Melissa, thanks for the 100 bits. Okay. Bye, everyone. I'll see you on the.
Oh,
Bye, Joe.
bye, Joe.
He just disappeared.
I can move.
Okay, this last match. Do we want to do the Extreme Rules match? What is it?
Let me see what it is. We're gonna stretch for the dates now. It's Layla versus Michelle McCool. Loser leaves WWE.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's a perfect ending because that can be like this can be the end of the like cool deal, and
Yeah.
and we'll talk about the Mania match. You and I may watch it, but we're not asking everybody else to watch that. But if you want to, you can. It's like 3 minutes. I think it's Morrison, Snooki, and Trish versus Ziggler and
Hmm.
Lakecool, right? With Vicky in their corner or something
Yep.
like that. Yeah, okay. So we've got Gail Kim, Alicia Fox, January 13th, 2011 Superstars.
I will drop
Natalia
them in the
defending
chat.
the Divas title against Eve Torres, Michelle McCool, and Layla at Royal Rumble 2011. And Layla versus Michelle McCool, Lizard Leaves Town at Extreme Rules 2011.
Yeah, no DQ.
No DQ. Alrighty.
I think that's all we
Awesome.
have.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us. Join us for the Grin Along here shortly in the next 5 minutes or so. Hopefully, Joe can be seen. Jaychele and I may both be there. Jaychele has stated she may be there. Join us for the Late Night Grin tomorrow, the flagship at 11:05 Eastern. Technically 11 Eastern, but probably more like 11:05 Eastern. We've got a big week next week as well. We've got the Grin Grappler, Thursday, June 30th. I don't remember or recall or if we've decided what time that will be for the Grin Grappler Terry Funk. Of course, there's many more. There's a Money in the Bank preview show. I'm sure there will be a Joe may do a review show of Forbidden Door this weekend or early Monday morning. We'll see. Jaychele, anything to plug before we go?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter, same as always, Jaychele Nicole. I will be on Retire the Rankings with Joe tomorrow at 5. That's our normal slot. We'll be back. I have some I have a new show that I'm cooking up that you guys will see probably at the beginning or middle of July or so. So stay tuned for that. That will be on here, of course. And I have a big interview with Chris Stat coming probably on Sunday morning. So stay tuned for that. And I also be on the media call tomorrow. So if you want updates on that, follow me on Twitter.
Yay!
Yes, big fist pump. Okay. But I think that's all that we have. Make sure that you guys join us over on the Late Night Grin for the watch along, the grin along. We'll be there literally right after this, I believe. That is the plan.
That's upon the Patreon, right?
Yes, all up on the
Okay.
Patreon. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
guys. Bye.